Raintree Pictures presents. Hello, I'm the Asian film Fanatic, and this is my review of the Singaporean film, I'm Not Stupid. Back in 2002 when this was released, Singapore's primary school language stream was divided into 3 levels, EM1, EM2, and EM3, the latter being the lowest in ranking. This of course created a negative stigma for those on the bottom rung. Overcoming that is what this movie seeks to address. The film was written and directed by Jack Neo, and it's the second directorial film of his prolific career. Mr. Neo's work often focuses on satirical comedy dramas, and this is a prime example of that. Our main plot focuses on 2 boys, Terry Koo, a spoiled rich kid who struggles with self-dependence, and Liu Guopin, who struggles academically. There is a 3rd boy, Huang Wenfu, but he's more confident and capable than the rest. There isn't much that his character has to deal with. His is the weakest contributor to the story. Secondary plot lines follow his parents' struggles with work, parenting, and health. Jack Neo also plays Mr. Liu and works at an advertising firm. His main challenge is competing against a new foreign co-worker. Mr. Koo, who owns a bakwa jerky company, is his client. The moms mostly deal with parenting. While Mrs. Koo babies Terry and his sister, Mrs. Liu enacts a tougher approach. I like this movie quite a bit. It's not perfect, but it's witty and quite enjoyable. The music and direction are kinda made for TV quality. Serviceable, but unremarkable. The acting is okay, ranging from broad to plain to amateurish. But the kids do a good job, and I like them all personality-wise. Terry's mother is also very funny. The Singaporean and Chinese perspective of parenting and education are universally Asian, and I could totally relate. Probably the best thing about I'm Not Stupid is its successful blend of comedy, drama, satire, and social commentary, all wrapped up in a nice, entertaining film. Now I'm gonna glean through the movie with spoilers. We start with Terry's voiceover comparing school to prison. Each of the 3 kids are introduced, as well as the stigma of being an EM3. Terry's dad gets into a road rage fight with Guopin's dad. Mrs. Liu laments that people can't get anywhere without a degree and attributes Guopin's failures to laziness. Some of her co-workers suggest caning for motivation. So Asian! Wenfu's mom runs a wonton noodle stand, but we don't get to see much of her. Terry introduces his mom, saying that, like the government, she takes care of him. I suspect Jack Neo wanted to show kids at 3 different classes, rich, middle, and working. Terry's depiction is most significantly defined by this. Mrs. Koo does plenty of her parenting in Singaporean English, or Singlish as it's called.
How many times you want me to tell you, don't be such a kaypoh? This is for your own good. Trust me, ah? Pretend like you never see, because all this is none of your business.
While Terry stays obedient, his sister Selena argues over money and freedom. When Terry's mom solicits his opinion, he replies, "This is none of my business!" That's good satire. Mr. Koo fires a mainland Chinese worker, Guopin accidentally face plants an EM1 student, Terry fails to testify what actually happened. Mr. Liu's boss downplays the need to speak Chinese and hires a white foreigner as their new creative director, John. Whenever you see a white person in an Asian movie, their acting is almost always terrible. Usually it's because they're non-professionals.
What is this?
This is Chinese barbecue pork.
Tell me more.
In Chinese we call 肉干. In Hokkien we say ba guan. Yep.
Bagua. EM3's new nicer teacher encourages Guopin's artistic drawings. Later on, Guopin and Wenfu dare Terry not to cry for his vaccination shot. Some friends they are! Your parents are abusing you. It's completely understandable. So Terry cries like a baby. The next day, he chews out a maid and cusses at his sister.
Keep your mouth shut and then eat your shit.
When Selena complains over money, Mrs. Koo tells her she is lucky to have a good and responsible mother. She just wants her sports shoes. These kids sure are spoiled. Mr. Liu cuts off Mr. Koo again, and an egg fight ensues. Guoping accidentally faceplants Mrs. Koo. It's a weird running gag, I guess. Terry admires Wenfu as someone with guts and compassion. He helps his mom, cares for his brother, works to overcome prejudice, aspires to study math and English. He's an inspirational can-do figure, which isn't bad. His story doesn't go any deeper than that. Back at the office, John steals Mr. Liu's ideas.
Hey, you know what I heard? I heard that John is only an FA artist in an agency in the States. Walao! And he becomes our creative director, making us look stupid.
Zip that up, man! So his co-workers conspire to pitch their plan first. Mr. Liu loses the proposal to John after Mr. Koo recognizes him. Guoping gets caught cheating on a test and considers suicide. His attempt is interrupted by Selena's friends and the police. At the police station, Selena and Mrs. Koo repeat their conflict. When Guoping returns home, Mrs. Liu wants more discipline, but faints from the stress. Oh, she's alright. Meanwhile, back at the Koo residence,
Do you realize that whatever I do is always wrong? What kind of mother is this? A good and responsible mother. Yes, sports shoe. Is this the sports shoe you want? Yes, it is, yes! What kind of mother is this? Ow!
Mr. and Mrs. Koo discuss politics and talk about how easy it is to placate children.
给他一点东西，以前的东西通通忘记了。
There has to be a satirical analogy in all this.
Let's begin.
Tastes so good, bakwa.
We've been working on it day and night.
老細，好似個的啊，你唔係怎樣啊
John, cannot What's wrong?
What's wrong? You're sucky acting! That's what's wrong! In a bit of story deviation, Terry and Wenfu get kidnapped by the immigrant Mr. Koo fired earlier. Fortunately, with Guoping's eyewitness rendition, everything turns out well, and the kidnappers are sent to death! The following scene will be brought to you by
老馬精神。
身體健康，有喜有望。用思量的选择。
Yield, the natural choice. We find out Mrs. Liu has leukemia. Yield. Guoping punches Terry when he suggests it'd be better for him after his mom dies. Mr. Koo complains to Mr. Liu, who subsequently slaps Guoping in the face. Man, this kid cannot get a break. It's alright, this happy song will make things better.
有些事情就是这样的残忍，有些道路没有直通那山门，有些游戏结果不一定要获胜，有些收获不在终点，只在过程。
只要考到好成绩，你就可以打政府工。现在打政府工薪水很高的。
Oh, maybe become minister even better. Oh.
这点你会不会教？
That's right, hard work, studying, and determination. It's the Asian way. So we have another test. 4 days later, Ang Wenfu gets 92, Terry gets 65. Why is Terry laughing? He just got a D.
刘国斌
Alright, this is the moment of success we've all been waiting for. Look at that smile on this teacher's face. All that hard work is paid off. This is so predictable. We all know Guoping aced it, right? What? Why was that teacher smiling? What kind of sadistic person is she? Guoping tells his mom he couldn't get 90 marks. Don't worry, Mom won't cane you this time. Actually, props to the actors. Crying scenes are not easy. The teacher shows up with some good news. She entered Guoping in a drawing competition, and he won second. What? Why not first place? And so she dies happy. Just kidding. The community rallies for a bone marrow drive. Eventually, we find out Terry is a match. At first, his parents object, but Terry finally puts his foot down to decide his own fate. He bravely goes through the procedure and saves Mrs. Liu. Good job! The only real character arc in the entire movie. Mr. Liu helps revamp Mr. Ku's failing Bagua campaign by packaging it like chewing gum? Oh, I get it. Chewing gum is illegal in Singapore. Make it edgy. Waliao! Is that chewing gum you eating? Chewing gum. Ha 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 ha. Bagua. Chew it! It's a success. They even got celebrities to endorse it. Wait. Is that who I think it is? Hey, that ain't Jackie Chan. Everybody celebrates. The teacher says the U.S. art contest organizer thinks Guoping has artistic potential. Well, that's nothing new. Terry finally stands up to being bullied, but his mom still scolds him.
Just playing with you, huh? Yeah.
In the final shot, the three boys agree that mothers are frustrating, but well-intentioned.
All this is for our own good.
Less freedom, more nanny state. Yeah! High five. High five. In the end, they never really overcame their academic shortcomings, but their message is clear. To quote the literal title of this movie, 小孩不笨, children are not stupid. Instead, we discovered their worth outside of EM3. Terry became more confident, and Guoping's talent became more appreciated. But Wenfu's character stayed the same. Maybe there were too many characters already. Their parents were also winners. Mrs. Liu's life is saved, Mr. Liu's advertising worked, and Mr. Ku's Bagua is a hit. What I Not Stupid says seems more aimed at parents than at children. Stop evaluating EM3 students. Our expectations are too high. All talents need to be nurtured and supported. Even spoiled kids need a little freedom. Today, EM3 no longer exists, gradually shifting from a numeric class scale to subject labeling in 2008. Some have credited I Not Stupid for inspiring discussions that led to this change. Neil himself has modestly said that
I will not say this and all my credit, I cannot say that because I think there are many parties actually working very hard to help the whole system.
But if true, even in part, I Not Stupid reached the highest achievement a movie can make. It made a difference. Now that's a good movie. I'm the Asian Film Fanatic, and I'll see you later. Bagua.
Tastes so good, Bagua.
Come do that.
What do you think?
John, like that?
Yes.
Go yes!